In a quiet village surrounded by tall palm trees and red-brown earth, there lived a kind boy named Chinedu. His father, Okafor, was a hard-working farmer, respected by everyone. Chinedu's mother died when he was very young, so his father remarried, hoping to give the boy a mother's love again. But the new wife, Mama Ifeanyi, was nothing like the gentle woman Okafor had imagined. She smiled in public, but inside her heart was hard as stone. She disliked Chinedu from the very day she entered the house. To her, he was a reminder that she was not the first woman in the home. At first, her wickedness was small. She gave him less food, smaller portions, and the burnt bottom of the pot. Then it grew worse. She made him do all the housework and farm work, fetching heavy water pots, splitting firewood, weeding the farm from sunrise until his back ached. If he rested for even a moment, she shouted and beat him with sticks. Yet Chinedu never spoke rudely. He would simply say, "Yes, Ma," and do as he was told. His father did not see most of this cruelty because Mama Ifeanyi pretended to be loving when he was home. One year disaster struck. Okafor fell very ill and died after a short sickness. From that day, Mama Ifeanyi showed her true face completely. She drove Chinedu out of the small room he shared with his father and took everything valuable in the house. She gave him only old clothes and the worst sleeping mat. Finally, one evening she pointed toward the road and said coldly, "You are now old enough to fend for yourself. Leave this house. I owe you nothing." Chinedu's heart broke, but he did not curse her. He simply picked up his small bag and left the home where he had grown up, tears burning his eyes. He walked for days, hungry and tired, until he reached a big town. There, he met an old carpenter named Baba Musa, who noticed the sadness yet politeness in the boy's voice. The man asked, "Where are your parents?" Chinedu replied softly, "I have no one anymore." Baba Musa took pity on him and allowed him to stay in his workshop. He taught him carpentry, how to measure wood, how to shape it, how to build strong chairs that did not wobble. Chinedu worked hard, listened carefully, and never complained. Years passed. His skill grew so much that people traveled from neighboring towns just to buy his furniture. Soon he opened his own workshop. Then a second branch. Then he started hiring other young boys who, like him, had nowhere to go. His name became known far and wide as Chinedu the Generous Carpenter. Meanwhile, life turned bitter for Mama Ifeanyi. Her own children left her one by one, and she grew old and weak. Nobody visited her. She had no food some days and sat outside her hut asking for help. One afternoon, she saw a fine carriage stop in front of her house. A well-dressed man stepped out. He looked strong, confident, and kind. She stared at him and realized with shock. It was Chinedu. Her heart fell. She trembled and said, "I know I was cruel to you. I do not deserve mercy. If you wish to punish me, I will accept it." Chinedu bent down, helped her stand, and gently wiped her tears. "Mother," he said calmly, "hatred only makes the heart sick. I will not repay evil with evil. You may not have loved me, but I have chosen to love you." From that day onward, he took her into his grand home. He bought her fine clothes and good food, and he paid doctors to look after her. People in the village whispered in surprise, "This is true greatness. Not wealth, but forgiveness." Mama Ifeanyi wept often, not from pain but from regret. She said to others, "Kindness is stronger than wickedness. If I had loved that boy, my heart would have known peace earlier." And so the story spread from village to village, the tale of the cruel stepmother, the suffering boy who rose to greatness, and the forgiveness that shamed wickedness and healed a broken home.